Hello and welcome to Lord of the Rings Online Retaking Weathertop, a Coursera online games assignment. We are following Beolgo Merry Whistle of the Coursera on his way to Candaith the Ranger, who has called him to help him retaking Weathertop. I will concentrate in this comment on the comparison of the action and the events in the book, the movie, and here in this epic quest in the game. Candaith has called out because he needs help in retaking Weathertop. So Beolgo rides through the lowlands towards Weathertop and to the camp of the Ranger Candaith, where we meet with a group of fellow players ready to undertake the retaking. Here the game naturally deviates quite a bit from the book and the movie, because we are not part of the main story, even while we're in the epic quest line. We are not in the main story, we are not the Fellowship, and neither Gandalf nor Strider is with us, or Frodo or the Ring. And the game doesn't even give us a clear indication whether we are before Frodo at Weathertop or after them. But clearly we are here after Gandalf has been here. In a previous quest, Gandalf sent us on the top of Weathertop, and there we found that rune with the G sign in there, so Gandalf already has been here. In the book, the Fellowship arrives at day at Weathertop and explores it, finds the rune and sets up some little fire. And Frodo and Strider go up to the hill and then see the Nazgul coming. That's quite a bit different from what was in the movie. In the movie they arrive at Weathertop in the night, and the rune is completely omitted. So probably because it's a bit of a difficult story and too long for the movie. In the movie it is the fire of the Fellowship that draws the Nazgul towards them. At least it's indicated like that. That's different from the book, where it is basically their presence at all. In the game, as we are not in the main story, the Nazgul are not present, and what we are doing here is completely different. The whole story basically is a series of fights against orcs and goblins and all these sorts of things, and walks up to the hill and to the top of Weathertop. And we finally reach the top. We find Candaith, who had been separated from us before. Clearly he was not that successful as because he's badly hurt, and he's wants to take the rear guard. How much guard this wounded man can be. And when we really get to the summit, then the main action starts. We had to fight two minor bosses before, but now there's a whole bunch of elite orcs on the top, and when we defeat them, then the real big boss comes, a mountain troll. So completely different from the book and the movie. There are no trolls there, and also no Nazguls here. This is quite far from a faithful remediation here in the game. Most of it is due to the fact that we are not really in the story, but in a kind of side story that meanders right and left of the real story. The main event, both in the book and the movie, is the fight with the Nazgul at the Weathertop. But even there are a little bit of differences. In the book, all the hobbits are wielding fire. In the movie it's only Strider, Aragorn. And an important big omission is the word Elbreth that Frodo uses as kind of weapon against the Nazgul, which is completely omitted from the movie. You probably need too much of background to know what this word would be or why it has such an effect. And probably also it would be too magical for men and hobbit to use a word against these dark forces. Then the end in the movie is again quite faithful with this magical dagger of the Nazgul wounding Frodo as the same as in the book. Coming back to the game, it is just a big fight against all these orcs, and then finally the big troll to retake Weathertop and then leave it peacefully as it was before, which is the course of actions that we have here in this epic quest. But no matter if we are in book, movie or in game, Weathertop is one important point of big action, and so it's really a high suspension what's going on and how this will lead to the further development of the story. Thank you for watching, and see you soon again in Lord of the Rings.